and welcome to today's podcast. It's amazing to be with you today. Thank you. So, if you come in, you just write for me your name and where you are joining from, your name and where you are joining from, please. While we wait for the other ones to come in, but I want to know your name and where you are joining from. Yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please just write in your name and where you are joining from, please. Use the chat box, write in your name and where you are joining from, please. Try and do that for me. Your name and where you are joining from. Gladys from Abuja. Thank you, Gladys, and welcome. Gladys from Abuja. Yeah? Tell me where you're joining from, please. Where you are joining from. Let me know where you are joining from. Write in where you're joining from. We have Ella. Okay, we have Constance joining from a handful. We have Gladys from Abuja, Promise, Abiogo from Vancouver, Utibe from Calabar, Cross River, Constance from Aba, Titus from Plateau, Ella from Abuja, Kefers from Abuja, Chinonso from Calgary. Yeah, welcome, guys. So, just write for me one question you will want to be answered for you today. One question you want to be answered for you today. If you can, I'll appreciate it. If you can write McFidel from Uhulu, Abuja. Okay, Marcos Uhulu from Abuja. So write for me one question you want. Wajago from Oka. Thank you, guys. Can you write for me one question you want answer? As you come in here today, you have an expectation. Can you just help me by writing down one of your expectations? Okay, just one of your expectations, so that I will make sure I meet it. Something you want to learn about consulting today, please can you just let me know what that is? One thing you want to learn about consulting today. Can you just help me? Um, how to write a grant-winning business plan. Okay. Yeah, but we're dealing with consulting, not business plan writing. Maybe next week I'll do business plan writing. Um, Chisarami from Owerri. Good evening, ma'am. Welcome. Yeah. So please, can you help me find out what you really want to learn today? How can I be a consultant in healthcare? Super. That's the kind of question I wanna hear. How can I be a consultant in healthcare? We're gonna work on that. Yes, another person. Yeah. Write it down there, please. Write it down there for me. Yeah, I'm waiting for just two more persons to tell me what they want to learn today so that I'm able to incorporate it into what we are learning. Please just do that for me. Do that for me quickly. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Okay. I'm probably said promise welcome. It's quite some time. Um McFidel said, I want to know pricing and consulting. Super. Bamilola said, how can I be a management consultant? Super. Promise said, building project management consulting business in a Western world. Super. Um, Angela said, how to be a good business consultant for women. Wow, that's beautiful. Then Bushla said, good evening, doctor. Thank you, Bushla. Salamat too from Abuja said, how to make people pay for my service. My dear, you're welcome. Thank you. Okanwa James said, I've always wanted to be a consultant. I even answered the name uh, SIP Consults. I once told you about it in one of your online classes. How do I make this dream come true? Wonderful. We're going to look at it. How can I be a consultant in fashion business for women? Super. So we're going to go immediately to work on that right away. We're going to go immediately to work on that. So let me share my screen so that we can hit the ground running. Let me share my screen right away. I do hope I'm able to do that right now. Oh, okay. Joining immediately right away. Okay. Let me be sure. If you are seeing my screen, please let me know. I mean my shared screen. Let me know if you're not seeing it well. How can I upgrade my life? That is Bushla. Then Omigure says, good evening, Dr. Kali and everyone else. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay. Trying to remove my listing chat so that you're able to So we're going to start by looking at give me a second. Okay, give me a second. I don't like the orientation. I still I want something better. Just 1 minute. Oh, okay, I think it's better now. Quite better. Okay. So now, so thank you. So now, um, every year in consulting, every year in consulting, it's like 3 years in the corporate world because you will have multiple clients, multiple issues. You learn so much, you grow. That is Indra Nooyi. She said, every year in consulting is like 3 years in the corporate world because you have multiple clients, multiple issues, you grow so much. She was the CEO of PepsiCo before she finished her term. I think sometime in 2000 and sometime in 2019 or so. I can't remember exactly, but she's somebody I respect a lot. Yeah, a woman of color who's done so much for herself and for you know. Yeah, she said every year in consulting is like what? It's like you know 3 years in the corporate world that you grow so much because you are going to learn quite a lot. You grow so much. Yeah. Now, there's something about consulting that makes it so beautiful. That thing is that consulting is a business where you have access to multiple problems, multiple issues, and then you keep growing. One beautiful thing about consulting that I love so much is that consulting is making money without putting down cash. Consulting is making money without putting down cash. Okay. So my name is Kali Cousins. I love turning problems, people's problems, turning it into something they're going to use as idea, something they're going to use as a stepping stone, something that all the stumbling block to use it as a stepping stone. That's what I love doing. And I'm going to help you today to see all the problems you've been going through, all the things you think were issues that, yeah, you couldn't manage, issues you were complaining about, how to turn them around. So, a little of my own story here. I had polymyelitis when I was a little over a year. So, growing up was so difficult. And one thing I noticed was that every problem you pass through on earth, it has its good side. Immediately you are able to understand how to work around it or use it. It has its own good side. So growing up so difficult, and I started noticing that because my brothers can go out there to play, I have the capacity to stay one place. Even when they want to actually sit down and read, they cannot read as much as they want. Why? Because they have their legs and I don't have mine. So I found out that I started having insight to things in such a way that, you know, my uncles and my aunts started calling me Papa, meaning the old one. Why were they calling me that? Because they think I have very deep insight to some certain things that a little boy should not have insight in. Now, back to you. If you look at your life, you've passed through some tragedies. For instance, you have been raped. For instance, you suffered a lot before you made some money. For instance, you have been swindled. For instance, your an engineer, a philosopher, a business consultant. For instance, you didn't even go to school. You know how to build business with nothing and all those. Now, I'm in the best way to speak because I have a PhD. So when I tell people that consulting is methodic, it's not encyclopedic. Meaning, consulting is not about, what you know. Consulting is about what you can do with what you know. Okay. So immediately you start understanding that something start happening. That thing that happened is one. You will start seeing everywhere you go, you'll start seeing an algorithm, a string running through everything in life. That string is there's a problem, there is a cause to a problem, and there is a solution. So every problem you see today is not caused today. Every problem you see today was caused by something before today or something before now. Any problem you see now was caused by something before now. Now, if you want to be a good consultant, you must understand diagnosis. Diagnosis is the capacity, the ability, the process through which you actually decipher the problem of a particular organization. Now, most problems could be a manifestation of multiple causes. So you could have one problem, multiple causes. For instance, poverty, not selling enough in organization, going bankrupt, all those. It could be one problem, lack of finance, lack of high staff attrition. It could be one problem, but you find out that there are multiple causes. A lot of things caused it to start happening before it even ever came to the surface. Okay, so immediately you start understanding that every problem has a cause. Okay, now the cause could be one problem. One problem could have multiple causes. Now there could be multiple problems, one cause. Now, why I'm trying to stress this is when you have ulcer in your body, sometimes you feel like your heart is disturbing you, your liver is disturbing, your stomach is disturbing, you having pain at the back of your your neck and quite a lot. It is just ulcer giving you all those. That is the same with companies. Sometimes a lot of companies have one major problem and the symptoms are everywhere. The symptoms are everywhere. Yeah. So immediately you start understanding that there could be one problem, one result, that is one problem you are seeing, multiple causes. There could also be um, multiple problems, one cause. When you understand this, then your diagnosis capacity is sharpened. Otherwise, and then in understanding diagnosis in what do we call it, in consulting, you must understand that you don't have to come with what you know before. So you know that what causes stomach upset or what causes lack of sales in company is this, and that. You saw it in one company, you saw it in another company, and you saw it in another company, and then you are coming now bringing what you use for another company for this company. No, every time you are coming into a consulting arrangement, you must come tabula rasa. You must come free. You must come, having offloaded your mind, your what you knew before, your epistemological pause at the level of what you used to know about the problem. You turn it upside down and allow it to flow away. You pour everything out, and then you come wanting to know what could be the cause for this particular one today. So that is one thing I wanted to bring to your notice. Okay, so let's go over to talk about to talk about consulting. Yeah. So we're asking, what is consulting? Now, consulting consulting is, for my definition now, the creation of value for organizations through the application of knowledge, the application of techniques, and the application of assets to improve performance. Formal definition: consulting is the creation of value for organizations through the application of knowledge, the application of techniques, and the application of assets to improve performance. In other words, anytime you are able to apply techniques, um, apply knowledge, apply assets, and you are able to actually solve a problem, you are consulting. Now, I want you to help me do something right now because I want to get you engaged too. I want you to do something for me. Now, write down for me on the chat box. Write down for me on the chat box. I want you to write down what are some of the techniques, what are some of the knowledge, what are some of the um, assets you possess. I'm talking about you right now. What are some of the techniques you know you possess? Some of the assets, some of the knowledge you know you possess. You can say, I have knowledge of blah blah blah. I have technique about blah blah blah. I have knowledge. So I want you to actually write it down for me, okay? Write it down quickly. I'm waiting. So I'm gonna probably start writing my own. Um, I have so I have a PhD. Okay, so it's one thing. I have multiple um, and okay, multidisciplinary knowledge. So write your own. I don't want you to just wait there. Yeah, multidisciplinary knowledge and expertise. Okay, somebody said I have skill in sewing. Wonderful, wonderful. Um, so let me read what you have. Okay. Bushala said I have the skills in sewing. Super. Um, Juma, welcome. Then I have knowledge in directing and supervising. Wonderful. Yes, I want you to write. Clementina, okay, Clementina, welcome. Good evening. Yes. I have knowledge in teaching and social work. Wonderful. James says, I can teach, I can diagnose problems. Super. I can brainstorm. Currently studying economics to boost my national and economic planning knowledge. Super. Bonnie said, I have knowledge of planning and skill of planning. Dami said, I have good communication techniques. Super. Um, Pleroma Food says skills in bookkeeping, wonderful. Investment advice, eyes for details, management and administration, wonderful. Wonderful. Jima said, I have knowledge in writing. Super. Wonderful. You guys are wonderful. Okay. So now you see, we're getting there. I can edit and proofread. Super. Wonderful. These are in-demand skills. I find it easy to market. That is the general superintendent of all of them. Angela, that's the general superintendent of all of them. Okay, she said she can market. That is the highest of all skills. Most times, marketing skill. Don't joke with that. Abeko said, I have knowledge in teaching youth. Wonderful. Promise said, I have knowledge in project management, book of knowledge, BA book of knowledge, business analysis, agile scrum, prototyping with several applications, software building, information modeling. That is extra super. Then Sally said, skills in enhancing relationship, public speaking, and presentation. Now, why I wanted you to get involved is that when we talk about this technique, skill, this one, that one, if you don't take time, you may neglect what you have. Gabriel says skills and knowledge. Gabriel was saying, what knowledge, what skills, what techniques do you have personally? That's what we are asking, the question we are asking. Yeah. Okay. So let me go ahead while you were still writing things down there. Now, immediately you start understanding that Consulting is about helping organizations, helping people, okay? Helping them increase the value of their organization, create value for them by applying knowledge, applying techniques, applying assets to improve performance. When you start understanding that, now you are going to know what you carry. Now, who is a consultant? Now, that's where it becomes tricky. A consultant is an independent and qualified person with experience in management and or specialized fields who possesses the ability to provide a wider expertise than is available within a single organization. Now, you had independent and qualified person. You have that. Okay, so most times when you hear those kind of things, it make you feel like, oh, I'm not qualified. You know, this thing, you need to have gone to school about it. So I don't want to disgrace myself, blah, blah, blah. That's not true. You are qualified. So we're going to find some examples around that. Yeah, we're going to find some examples around that. Now, I found out myself. Okay, Clementina said, I have MBA in marketing, skills in fashion design, export, and much more. Wonderful. Now, generally, for you to be a consultant, most people think that it is about degrees. So whenever you think about consulting, people are thinking of certification. Now, remember, I have too many of them. So, so I'm not degrading it, but I'm trying to tell you that is not the first thing, and it's not even the last. It's not the middle thing. The major thing is, can you provide results? The world has so changed. If you can provide results and you know how to get people to believe you, you've done your job. Yeah, you've done your job. So a lot of people think certifications are the thing. That is wrong. Certifications are not the first thing. So a lot of people think your websites, that is not true. That is not, a lot of people think degrees. That is not true. That's not the first thing, you should have. A lot of people think of complex application. Okay, they buy this application online and buy this application online. That is not true. Now, let me tell you, this morning, today, I wouldn't know because this is recorded. I wouldn't know when you'll be watching. Maybe tomorrow, any other person can watch. But I want to tell you, today is a Saturday, the day we're recording this is a Saturday. And this morning, I have heard a brief for a federal ministry. I don't want to name the name, but this is a super ministry in Nigeria. Yes, some of you are watching from abroad. So this is a super ministry in Nigeria. I have a brief to help them, from the minister to the PAMSEC to the directors, and then they have a lot of agencies under them, agencies are parastatal under them, because it's a super ministry, like I told you. Now, I've had a brief this morning to help them with, you know, organizing for them, what do you call it, a retreat, a retreat. In that retreat, to help them with, you know, their mandates, their vision, their mission, their mandate, to help them rework it. Because, like I said, it's a super ministry, and they are thinking that they are behind. They are behind because the world is changing faster, and they think that their mandate has been there for a long time and is not changing along with the world. That is one brief I had early morning today. Before 11, I had another brief about an organization that is building um, a school that is into international training for and certification for different skills in the financial sector. Okay, for different skills and capability in the financial sector. What do they want me to help them do? They want me to help them look at what they've done already, to help want me to help them to develop more of their models, and they want me to help them locate their market. They want me to help them assess their market. They want me to help them train the people who are going to be out there marketing locally and internationally for them, for these their products. You see, now you can see that what I've told you, though I have expertise in all of them, but that is not necessary. And of course, I won't do all of them because it's just about understanding what should be done, and then I make sure my team do the right things. Okay, so your ability to know what to do and find people who can do the details is a superpower when it comes to consulting. Your ability to know what to do, the details of the product, or rather the brief, and be able to, galvanize the team that can do the work is a superpower when it comes to consulting. Now, um, so when we say a consultant is someone, an independent and qualified, now we are not meaning that a person, yeah, um, has all everything sorted out in his head. No, that's not what we are saying. What we are saying is that this person is qualified enough to know what the problems are and know what to do about them. He may not have the physical qualification. Remember, I'm not against qualification. He may not have the physical qualification, Pepper, but as far as he can produce results, he will get the gig. So what we need to talk about is how do you actually get this? But before we get to that, let's talk more about some more important things about consulting that you must know. Okay. So now the next thing I wanted to talk about is that what do consultants do? I would have wanted you to answer that question for me, but just because of our time. What do consultants do? What do consultants do? Okay. I wouldn't mind if you can write it down for me. Consultants are paid to share their expertise, to share their knowledge, to help businesses and individuals attain goals and solve problems. So now look at it this way. This is down, this is up. When people are here and you help them come here, okay, this is down, this is up. When people are here and you help them come here, whether it's a business, whether it's in their emotions, in whatever form it is, you are doing the work of a consultant. You might say, oh, what of therapists, what of mentors, what of this? Let's not go into those definitions and segregations. It's not my job. I'm not really interested in those today. What I'm interested in is helping you to take what you already got to the marketplace, and that's why I'm rushing to get to that point where I'm able to work around that. Okay, so a consultants are paid to share their expertise and their knowledge to help businesses and individuals attain goals and solve problems. Okay, now I want you to write down on the chat box, what problem have you ever helped an individual or an organization to solve before? Write it down on the chat box. I'm waiting. What problems have you ever helped an individual or an organization to solve before? Please write it down for me. One problem you've ever helped an individual or an organization to solve before. Write it down for me. I want to know. Yes, one problem you've ever helped, yeah, an individual or yeah, organizations to solve before. Write it down. I'm waiting quickly. Yes, I've helped individuals, organizations increase sales. I've helped, build staff capacity. I've helped find um, find out problems, discover problems. So something is happening, they don't even know what it is. I have them to discover the problems, and I'm paid well for all this. I've helped them to, chart a course, okay, you don't know, they don't know where they're going. I've helped them to um put their vision right. Okay, I help them to develop products and services. Okay. Okay, promise to help companies solicit and collaborate. Oh, missed that. Help companies solicit and collaborate on business requirements. Wonderful. Um, Somebody said, I've edited and proofread several books for people. How much have they paid you, Uncle K? Now, Sally said, helps organizations in training their directors on public speaking and presentation. Wonderful. Abako said, I have helped people take the right career. Super. Pleroma said, advice on how to take daily records of businesses and sales. Wonderful. Hire the right staff for the right job description. Super. That's just wonderful. Sorry. Okay, so Bonnie said, I have helped organizations reshape their vision statement. Super. Okawa said, I help business register their businesses and companies with CSC. Wonderful. I have helped individuals build their finances. Wonderful. Utibe said, I've helped staff stay focused on their mission and develop their potential. Wonderful. I've venerated exporters lists for a parastatal. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so I've helped teenagers enter school who do not have helpers. Wonderful. As a management consultant and a project manager in field of construction, I've helped clients to identify and stop the use of substandard materials. Super. Chin also said, define and articulate their vision and mission statement, link them to obtain capital, raise investment. That is super. I've helped organizations to optimize their operating system and increase productivity. Wonderful. That is super. Now the next question is, no, I don't say you should write it down for me. The next question is, how much have you made doing that? Because most times people don't make money doing this thing because um they they feel that they've not been certified to go and do that. They don't know how to go about making money doing that. These are some of the things hopefully we're going to discuss today. So consultants are paid for their expertise. That's what they sell. They sell their time. So anytime you spend your time, you should know that you should be paid for it. They're paid for their brand. Yeah, you are bringing your brand to bear in an organization. Yes, you should be paid for that. They're paid for the information. You're going to say, oh, this information are online. This information are online. It's not true. Those information are online, but because you curate them, you bring them together. Because you do that, you should be paid. That is a big work you are doing. Now, your linkages and connections. Yeah, you link people up and connect them and all those. Yes, you also should be paid for that. Okay. So these are some of the things. So let me give you my own definition of a consultant. Yeah. And I tell you why I defined it as such. Um, Prelima Food says, I've also helped women entrepreneurs start up how to set business structures and processes. That is super. I went to a place to eat, I think 2 days ago, and after that food, the next day I was training um Federal Ministry of Labor. I was training some of their directors, I think about 20 something of them or so. I was training them 22 or so. I was training them on the psychology of persuasion and communication, effective communication. I was almost 1 hour late because my stomach was so bad. I was stooling. Why? Because, the food, it was fish. The fish, when we started eating, I felt it wasn't tasting as I would want to. And it was very costly. Yes. And I found out that probably the owner of the place or the owners of the place, they don't even know. They don't have a process for finding out who is satisfied, finding out who is not satisfied, finding out who has complained, finding out nothing. We finished, I left. Meanwhile, we were four. One of us refused to eat and said the last time he ate here, he fought with them. That the fish was so bad that he had to fight with them, and he refused to pay, that he didn't pay. So we thought he was joking because when we ordered the fish, he was saying, this fish you people order, you are going to regret it. We said, what do you mean? Why is spoiling people's business? But he ended up the same. So the truth is that they don't have structures and processes that give them feedback as an organization, and they're losing quite a lot of customers. Okay. So let me give you my own definition of a consultant. And I've done consulting for many years, and I've consulted for the big, the small, multinational corporations, government. As I'm talking to you right now, we have more than 25 briefs for ministries, departments, and agencies alone, governments here in Nigeria. Okay. So this is something I've done for long, and I've trained and mentored thousands and tens of thousands, yeah, if not hundreds of thousands, online and offline, on consulting, on mentorship, on taking their businesses, to a new market, and taking their new businesses to an old market, or old business to a new market, and quite a lot I've done in different areas and for different organizations and all those. But the major thing is, a lot of people who call themselves consultants are not consultants, they're just hustling. A consultant is a professional, and mark that word, professional. Professional, okay, I'll explain later. A professional is a person who has holy arrogance about the offer he can, rather, the value he has, a kind of holy arrogance about what he or she is bringing to the table. In other words, a professional knows the value he or she is bringing to the table, and that he or she is capable of providing that. A professional is not somebody who pursue after people to give them advice they don't need. So that is why we say a consultant is a professional who provides and or expert help professionally. So let's take a doctor. I don't know when you're a doctor on the road, trying to argue with people. Oh, you are pregnant, and they say I'm not pregnant. I say you are pregnant on the road. So the first, as a consultant, and I want you to write it down. Write it down for me. Write it down here for me. I'm going to write it first. Um, Formizing. Okay. Yes, formizing. Oh, sorry, that's not what I meant. That's not the kind of Formizing. Formizing, not fromizing. Formizing. Okay. So write down for me, formizing. Write it down. Formi. Form, like you have a form. Formizing. Write it down for me. I want you to write it down quickly. Write it down for me. Formizing. Now, if you write it down, if up to 10 people write it down, then I'll tell you what it means. Mm. Write it down for me. If up to 10 people write it down, then I'll tell you what it means. If you don't write it down, then I won't tell you what it means. Okay, Kephas wrote formizing. Okay. Mark integrated wrote it. Israel wrote formizing. Yes, I'm waiting. I just counted three. Damilala wrote formizing. Promise rate formizing. Yes. Yes, help me. Formizing. Yes. I am ready. I am ready. Write it down for me. Okay, backwards rate formizing. Perma full rate formizing. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you, guys. Wonderful. Formizing. Okay, let me explain. You know what we call form. Yes, what we call form. Yeah, you have a form. The form has name, blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's what we mean. Now, if you want to be a good consultant, let me see how you use. Let me tell you how you use form. So let's assume you have what we call um, consulting or consultancy expression of interest form. Let me show you how to use that. So let's say you have consultancy expression of interest form. Okay. You have that form in your organization. So I am your friend. I call you on phone and say, um, Clementina, I have very serious issue. My business is not moving well. I know you're very good in this, and please come and help me. Come over and help me. Now, if you go to help that person, please, I'm not saying you shouldn't help people, but if you know you're a consultant, remember, a consultant is a professional who provides expert advice and or help professionally for a fee or commensurate consideration. So if you know that you are a professional, okay, if you know you provide expert advice or help professionally, if you know you provide it for a fee, there are things that must make you a professional. There are things that must make you a consultant. You must be a professional. Say, I can help people. You must be sure what you can help people do. For instance, I can help people um, fall in love again. I can help people, um, you know, get a woman of their dream or a man of their dream. I can help marriages. I can help organizations merge, acquire each other. I can help organizations in going to a new market. I can help organizations take their businesses online. I can help individuals discover themselves. I can help whatever it is you can help. You can help with accounting. You can help with merger and acquisition. You can help with project management. You can help with capacity building. You can help with um, reimagining organization vision, revisioning. You can help with mandate creation. You can help with building systems and structures. Whatever it is you can help with, that's what makes you a professional. You are good at this. It doesn't matter whether you have certificates or not. Remember, we are not talking about those who want to go and work for Accenture, or those who are going to work at Boston Consulting Group, or those who want to go and work for PwC or McKinsey or KPMG. We're talking about independent consultants who want to give organizations powerful results. That's what we are talking about. So if that is true, now you must know something you are good at. So I called you and said, "Oh, Clementina, I have problem with my um with how to take my business online. I'm very confused. I have done everything and it's not working. So please come and help me. How can you help me? I know you are good. Your business is online. You have e-commerce store and all those kind of things. Help me, please." Now you tell your friend, "Okay, dear, thank you. Can you send me your email so I can send you consultancy expression of interest form?" Consultancy expression of interest form. Now, remember, before you do that, there is what we call preliminary entry. Now, preliminary, how do you spell? Preliminary entry. Okay. Now, preliminary entry is that first relationship you have with a client, first meeting you have with a client. We're going to still talk about that if we have the time. But at the end of this program, I'm going to offer you an opportunity to participate in the consulting process executive certificate course. Yes, where you are able to go through all, and you're mentored, you are held by the hand, and you go through that. Now, if it is within the scope of what you want to do, I am very, very emotional about consulting because consulting helped me to be what I am today. Why? Because I make money without putting down cash. That is one thing about consulting. I make money without putting down cash. I don't have what do you call it? I don't have I mean initial capital. I don't need to have. If I tell you this week how much I've made, you're going to laugh. I'm going to just laugh. Are you kidding me? And in all this money I've made this week, I didn't put in 1 naira. I don't have capital to put in. What capital I have is in my head. What the capital I'm using is me. They ask um Jay-Z, are you a businessman? Jay-Z say, I am the businessman. Yes, meaning, hey man, I am the business. So consulting makes you the business. That's why you are going to spend so much time, developing yourself. I read an average of 1 book every single day. My daughter, who is 16, read an average of 3 every week. Same with my wife. A lot of my workers know if you're not reading, you can be my friend, and you may not last in my organization. You have to read. You have to develop yourself, because when you develop yourself, you are charged. You are like electricity. Now, anytime you touch electricity, what happens? There's a spark. If somebody shakes you, there's a spark. If somebody touches you, there's a spark. If somebody talk with you, there's a spark. Okay, back to the issue of formizing. So when you have that initial or preliminary entry meeting, which is a call, which is a meeting in restaurant and your office or his office and all those, the person says, oh, this is my problem, this is my problem, this is my problem. You said, okay, what we're going to do now, I've taken your brief. You are going to, you know, fill a form for us so that we can start a relationship. So you send a simple form. What will the form contain? Um, I called it now consultancy expression of interest form. You can have a different name for it, but just expression of interest. Now, anytime you force somebody to write something down, there's something that happened. He brings all his energy to bear and make sure that he makes the best use of his thinking capacity and ability and all this kind of thing. So the person is forced to actually think and bring everything together so that it makes sense. Okay. So if you've got it, you need to give him consultancy expression of interest form. That form should contain things like your name, I mean the person's name now, name, organization, yeah, Rookie, welcome. The name of the person in charge, the organization, the something like um the city where they are operating in, um the sector where they're operating in. Now after all those, the vision, the mission, um the core value, then something like um what problem will you want us to solve for you? The person will state, succinctly what problem. Now, if we solve that problem, what result? Give me 3 results you will see, and you will know that we solved that problem. The person will say something like increase sales, ability to workers to stay back in the company, and the person will say something like that, and all those kind of things. Okay. Now, okay, so for those who are here, we have quite a number, because people are watching from YouTube, Facebook page, Facebook membership, LinkedIn, and quite a lot of other places, my Facebook page and others. So take out a second, please click on the share button and share with your friends, please. Click on the share button and share with your friends, please. I beg of you, if what you are getting is good for you, click on the share button right now. It won't take you anything, and share so that your friends can join. Okay, so while you do that, thank you very much. Now let's, so when people now write down these things, and now you said, um who, or like, what have you done, what have you done about this problem before now? In other words, you want to hear about what he or she has done about this problem. The person may say, I've brought in so and so company to help me, or I've spent $1 million on Facebook marketing, or this one, that one. Okay, so those kind of things the person will say, and then you can ask the question, how much are you ready to invest if you see a solution to this problem? Okay, or are you ready to invest money if you see a solution that works? If the person says, oh, I can't invest money, or my money just finished, or we just bought a land for 500 million, so we don't have money now, and others, you know, you find out that the person is not interested in solution. So don't waste your time with the person. So, but that's what the form does. When the person fills the form, it that force the person to see the scope of the problem, that force the person to see that this problem is deeper, that force the person to understand you're a professional, it that force the person to understand that you will charge money if you want to solve this problem. Now, have you ever had a transaction with a bank without filling a form? I want to have your, I want to have yes or no. Now, let me show you what a form is. When you sign in to something, when you sign in into your app, and then you fill the money, and you fill the person you are sending it to, or you fill how much you want to collect, that is a form. When you go to bank, you take a check and you fill your check, that is a form. When you, those are forms. So have you ever done something with a doctor or with, a bank without filling a form? That is no, you cannot. Thank you, Adami. Thank you, Preloma Food. Thank you, Max Fidel. Yeah, you've never done anything with a bank without filling a form. Why is it that people will come and want you to consult for them, and you don't think that they should fill a form? Call it whatever you want, consultancy, expression of interest form, blah blah blah. Don't be afraid. Don't say, if I give them form now, they will run away. Let those who cannot afford you, let those who don't think you're a professional, let all of them run away. You will have what we call vacuum. And then this vacuum that's been created, this vacuum, now, because nature abhors vacuum, you will see this vacuum filled by paying star or rather clients, people who are really interested in paying for your services. So now, yeah, if you're getting value, just write for me down there, because I can as well close now if you're not getting value. So write for me, I'm getting value. Write it. If I don't see up to 10 people write, um I will just, you know I will just go home and know that it makes no meaning talking this evening. So write down for me, I am getting value. If you are getting value, if you're not getting value, there won't be need to write this. Oh, thank you, Abby. Abby said, I'm getting so much value. Thank you. Ihedima Kawekume. Thank you. Said, I'm getting value. Mark Fidel say, I'm honestly getting value. I want to know who is Mark Fidel. What's your real name? Because I know I must know this person. Glass said, I'm getting value. President said, I'm getting value. My friend, Wajago, okay, said, I'm getting value. Keva said, I'm getting value. Yes, I could say, I'm getting value. Oh, thank you, guys. Now, Facebook user, I'm getting value. Thank you. Now, thank you. Easy said, I'm getting massive value. Thank you, Easy. Easy, that's massive. I love that part of the massive. Etelba said, I'm getting value. Etel, thank you very much. Okay, so guys, let's go ahead. Now, thank you guys. I appreciate the energy. in the house. Yeah. Now, when you have understood who a consultant is, a consultant is a professional who provides expert advice and or help professionally for a fee or a commensurate consideration. So you are going to see now on your own, see if you can see some of the things that make somebody a consultant. And if you can write it down for me. For instance, in my definition, the person, um, thank you, promise. Now the person who is a consultant is one, a professional. Remember, I said, so let me see if I can just bring out some of the things there. Number one, I said he must be a professional. Remember, I said a professional is not encyclopedic. Yeah, it's a professional means somebody who is methodic. Yeah, I'm going to explain that later. Now, so number one, you can find out for me and write it out for me because from that definition, what do you think are some of the qualities? Number one is thank you, Sally. Number one is professional. Number two, yeah, provides value. Yeah, provides expert level value. Yeah, provide expert level value. You understand? The person provides expert level value, not just any kind of value, expert level value. Thank you, Angie. Yes, now I'm getting beyond value. Thank you, Angie. So the person provides expert level value. Okay. Now, the third thing is that the person provides this value, provides value professionally. Okay, you don't just um stand on the road and you start dishing out the information. The person doesn't just call you and say start rushing to my office. You start rushing. The person doesn't call you and then you go and you wait for 20 hours and the person is not seeing you and nothing. The person doesn't you don't start the work without being formally asked to. That provide value professionally. A doctor cannot start checking you without you saying, oh, doctor, I've come to you. Please check me. Okay. Yeah, Clementina, thank you. So a doctor checks you only when you come and only when you make yourself available. Yeah. So number one is let me recap again. Sorry, I need to. Okay. So I said number one is that the person provides, the person is a professional. Number two, the person provides expert level value. And number three, the person provides this value professionally. And number four, the person provides this professional value for a fee or commensurate, for those of you who are lawyers, commensurate, yes, consideration. Now let me explain. Now, let's assume I come to your organization. Maybe you are something like Channels Television, or you are AIT, or you are Core TV, and all those. And he said, I don't have money. Or you are Transcorp. I don't have money. But all the things you are going to provide for us, the services, we can look at the monetary equivalent and then we give you services. You can use our hotel rooms and our hotel halls for your programs. We can allow you have our airtime for the commensurate consideration or commensurate value, all this kind of thing. That is what we call commensurate consideration. The person may give you something that is not money. The person may even recommend you. The person may sublet a job. Whatever it is, but as far as it meets the amount you people agree, that's what I mean by commensurate value. So you can see um, this thing. I think about how many of them? About four of the things you're going to be looking for when you are looking for, yeah, what makes you a consultant. Okay, so let's talk about the next thing that is very important for me to make sure you know this evening. That is what I call methodology versus encyclopedic knowledge. Methodology versus encyclopedic knowledge. Now, a lot of people think that it's by having everything in their head and getting a lot of certification that makes what makes them a consultant. That's not true. If you want to be a consultant who makes money, that's something that is very important that you must do. Okay, guys, you can see Dr. Kali's Life and Business Mastery Club scrolling down there. You can see that. Okay, let me get the link and put in there in case you are interested to be part of that program. Yeah, you can actually be part of it by clicking on that link or saving that link after you register. This is a program where every day you get between 7 and 10, 15 minutes video from me every day, every single day with assignments. And this is for this is for a price not up to the price of a Coca-Cola, a bottle of Coca-Cola. Yes, you can register for weekly. After every week you renew. You can register for monthly. After every month you renew. You can register for it annually, and after every year you renew. So, you know, you are going to be able to have me come up every single day. People like Clementina in the program, and I think they're enjoying that. Yeah, Clementina, if you can, you could actually let me know if you are enjoying the program or not. If you can recommend it for people to be part of the program. So I want to encourage you, if you can, yeah, for just no money, you can less than $1, you can just be part of that program every month. Sorry, that of that program for less than $1 a month or less than $2 a month, you can be part of that program. It wasn't created for profit. It was created so that I can energize you this year. Today I was making a live video and I was saying that energy is everything. If you're not energetic, if you know all the things I've done today, yes, yeah, a kind of batter. That's what we mean um, when we say something like commensurate consideration. You can batter. Yeah. Now, immediately you are able to have a high level of energy, a high level of energy in your mind, in your spirit, in your body. If you have energy, you are going to always be strong for yourself and for your organization, and then you are able to do quite a lot. That is why I encourage people that like here, I have in my office, I have in my house, every 100 seconds. Yeah, it's just because I'm teaching. Every 100 seconds, take out time to do some level of yeah, I can do this. I can just pump 100 and I drop it because you need your mind, your heart, everything to work well. If it's not working well, there's a problem. So what happens with the Life and Business Mastery Club is that every day you get within 7 to 10, 15 minutes video from me. You get an assignment and you do that, and you're finding yourself powerfully energized in your body, in your soul, in your spirit, in your psyche to go out there and do things. Money cannot, money cannot spend itself. Government cannot do contract for themselves. Yeah, government need you to do contract for them. If government does any contract, if government does any contract, and a ministry, department, or agency does any contract by itself, by going to the market to buy those things, it becomes illegal. It becomes criminal. So they need you to do that, but you need energy, mental energy, powerful energy to be able to keep doing that. Okay, so it's wonderful to talk about that. So if you can be part of that life and business mastery club for just less than $1, you are going to, yeah, be, yeah, every day, and you are going to do so much. If you know how much I spend on my own training, apart from my personal reading, you help me say I read an average of 1 book every day. Yeah, and you see, who do I train? Vice chancellors, rectors, ministers, PAMSEC, directors, MD CEOs, and all those. It's simple. It is a simple law of attraction. If you are filled, you start pouring, and when you start pouring for a longer time, you're gonna permeate. You're gonna pour until you enter the house of a president, you enter the house of a minister, you enter the house of a MDCEO, you enter the house of DG of Prostata, you enter the house of, and they will start calling you. But if you are not full already, you can't pour. And that is very important that you know that. Okay, back to our discussion. So we are talking about something very important, and that is a methodology versus encyclopedic knowledge. Now, look at it this way. A consultant is someone who takes your watch away to tell you what time it is. You've had this severally. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. But the point is, a consultant, yeah, a consultant, um, promise, you're writing something, I'm not seeing that. So let me see. Sorry, I want to see. Oh dear. I saw some comments. I wanted to be sure I'm not missing anything. Um, I want to miss your questions. Okay. Um, Sorry about that. I want to be sure. Treasure said, I have marketing skills, sets ability, and 34 hours. Okay. The class is an eye opener for me. So much value in here. Thank you. Okay. Promise said, okay, you've always had that superpower energy and constantly imparting knowledge over the time. It's not a matter. Thank you. Um, okay. Clementina said, it is the best place to be. I have learned so much already. Okay. Thank you. Now, um, let me explain this concept of somebody who takes your watch and goes out to tell you the time. Now, you see, this is a watch, a wristwatch. A consultant, now you're going to, a lot of you who have worked in very big organizations, you know that when they bring in people like me, or people from Accenture, people from KPMG, people from Price, the BWC, people from Boston, BCG, and all those kind of places. When they bring them in, what they do, what these consultants do, they give you a lot of questionnaires, a lot of questionnaires. This questionnaire, that questionnaire, that questionnaire. They put in focus group. They do this one and that one. At the end of the day, they collect all this in, go back to the hotel rooms after 1 month or two, write one big report and bring to the organization. If they need to teach you something and all this kind of thing, they will do that. Thank you, Clementina. Thank you very much. Clementina said she the or sorry. Sorry, I'm posting the wrong. Seems I'm posting the wrong thing. Sorry, let me get you right. Or I was posting the wrong. Sorry, I was posting the wrong thing. So let me get it right and post again. Sorry about that. Okay, so Clementina was saying that that's the LBMC is a great thing for her. So now the consultant gives you so much things and you keep writing and writing and writing. At the end of the day, he comes and makes his presentation, gives you reports, collects millions and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars, and he goes home. Now, that's what I want you to start doing. But is it a sham? No. Is it a simple work? No, it's not. So, but let me show you what it looks like. You must have heard me tell this story severally. One of them is that an organization had a problem with their manufacturing line, their equipment for manufacturing. They brought in quite a lot of people, even the people who built the machine, when they come in and finish over time, it spoils again. So they decided, can they look for somebody? And somebody recommended some guy somewhere, and they flew the guy in. So the guy came, took his little hammer and just went there, bum, 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 on a pipe, and he said start, and he started the engine. He roared, vroom. And when the engine roared into life, you see, they're like, wow. They hugged him. They were like, you just saved us. Blah 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 blah. Okay, my friend Dami said, honestly, doctor, you have succeeded in unraveling the shroud with your presentation tonight. Okay, I'm beginning to see the subject from a different perspective. Thank you, Dami. Now, so when started hugging the guy, Now the guy said, okay, pay me, let me go. That's the first mistake. He didn't say his price before he started. So when he said, pay me, I said, how much is your money? He said, $1 million. I said, ah, $1 million for this bum, 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 this tapping you did here now. Bum, 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 bum. You know, how do we, okay, now write down what the money contains. Use your invoice, use your receipt, write down what the money, or how do you break down this 1 million? The guy broke it down in the invoice by saying, CT equals $1. You've heard me say this severally. KWTT equals $999,999. Now, I want you to learn something here. What is TT? He said to tap. Okay? TT is what? To tap. That bottom is what? One. That bottom is nothing. It's all that is not the job. The job is what? KWTT. KWTT equals KWTT means knowing what to type. If you've been to my program, I always talk about this. Knowing where to tap. He said, knowing where to tap is the work of the consultant. And that is what, that's where the money is. That's what the consultant does. And that is why most times when you have started a consulting job with some people and you've not collected your money, immediately you say do one or two things, they start feeling somehow to give you your money because they feel, why haven't we thought about this? Why haven't we thought about it? They can't think about it because they don't know where to tap. Now that you've shown them where to tap, they think that it's easy. So a consultant is someone who takes your words away to tell you what time it is. A consultant is somebody who knows where to tap, not just the tapping, where to tap. Now, what is it about the methodology and the encyclopedic knowledge? When we talk about methodology, what we mean is, when we talk about encyclopedic knowledge, you said, oh, you know this thing, oh, you have this professional qualification, Oh, you know this one. Oh, you know this one. Oh, you know this. Wonderful. I know quite a lot of things. I have multidisciplinary from IT to management to philosophy to psychology to quite a lot, business analysis and all project management. I have quite a lot of certifications on it, but that doesn't do the job. What does the job is knowing where to tap. So let me show you what does the job. That's what we call methodology. And that is what I'm going to teach you if we can take this relationship a little higher by you being a part of the consulting process, certificate course. I'm going to, teach you how to understand the process one by one by one by one until you start having quite a lot of class. Now, knowing where to tap is a methodology. It is not just encyclopedic knowledge, knowing everything in your head. If you see a scale, weighing scale, you know weighing scale? Weighing scale. Yeah? If it's not a weighing scale. If you put um if you put a snake on top of it, it will weigh it. If you put a human being on top of it, it will weigh it. If you put a phone on top of it, it will weigh it. If you put a camera on top of it, it will weigh it. If you put a laptop on, it will weigh it. It doesn't even know what it is weighing. What it knows is I have the methodology, the capacity to determine the weight of anything that is put on top of me. Now, if you understand methodology, and when I take you through that, you know how to solve problems in aviation, in mines and steel, in humanitarian affairs, in disaster management, in science and technology, in business, and you may not even know really the business itself, but you know how to solve their problem. Why? Because it's a methodology, like the weighing scale. You can weigh and find out where the problem is, and you apply your solution, and it works. That's what I do for organizations. That's why you are here. Some are engineers, some are doctors, some are lawyers, some are whatever, all kinds of people. I saw some of my friends here. Some have PhD, some have O level, some have standard six, passing six. But you are understanding what I'm saying. Why? Because I understand methodology. What I'm saying, I have on algorithmize it in such a way it can apply to whatever you are doing. So if you get that, methodology is what you should get, not just certification. Is certification good? It's okay if you want it and if you have the time for it. But life is too short for you to keep getting certificate upon certificate and then okay. Everything you do should be something you can use, whether for leisure. So if you are reading a novel, it's nice because you are using it to relax. Novel will bring down your cortisol level and increase your dopamine depending on the novel. If you're reading a novel where they are killing everybody, okay, maybe it may not do that. Okay. The point we're making is that your ability to understand this methodology, the consulting process methodology, and you move from entry to diagnosis to action planning to implementation to withdrawal, termination, or closure, whatever it is you call it. If you are able to do that and know how to acquire your clients, you will always make money. Why? Because whether you like it or not, people will always have problems. Organizations will always have problems. As far as the earth and the heavens bear, people will always have problems. That is why, as far as the earth and heavens bear, you should never be poor because there will always be problems to solve for organizations and for people. You could go low. There was a time I lost so much money. Yeah, I have put in everything. It was a contract of 2 billion naira. I put in everything, and then there was a change of government, 2015, and 20. The president took a lot of time before he could appoint his ministers, and the new government came. I lost everything. I was bad. Yeah, But you see, because of my consulting skill, it didn't tarry. Within 9 months to 1 year, 6 months, I had to bounce back. Why? Because of methodology. It will always work. So if you've got that, let's move a little further and then we start winding down. Now, what is consulting? Consulting is finding the current self of the people and now taking them towards, taking them to their, their desired self. Every organization, every people, every person has a current self. Where you are at the moment, if you remember where you are before we came into this program and where you are now, they're different. So I've been able to take you from where you are now or before to where you want to be, at least with my advice. With That's what it means to be a consultant. Taking people, taking organizations, taking companies, taking individuals, taking systems, institutions from their current self to, yeah, their desired self. That is what it means. So do that. How do you do that? You do that through quite a lot of means, but you also do that, yeah, because people have different problems. For instance, people may know, like most of the things I'm saying here, you know it, okay? You know what I'm saying. You know it. That's why you can recognize it when I say it. So you are not here because you are a Dundee or Olodo or Dullard. You are here because maybe your inability to get there on your own, you know, going back to read these things, to read them in all the books they are and all those kind of things, and you know, you know, your inability to get there on your own, that is why you are here. Yeah, that is why organizations call you to come and help them. Their inability to get there on their own, or they want to get there faster. They don't want to waste time, so they want to get there faster, and they feel you know how to do that and you've done it before for their friends, for other organizations and others. So they just want to leverage what you already do and know. Then third reason people come to consultants is they want a proven system, a map or an advice from someone who's done it before. So they want a proven system. They don't want to go do try and lock and all this. They want something that is already working. That's what they want. Okay. Now there are quite a lot of areas of consulting. Um, traditional areas, strategy and operations, organization and process improvement, information technology, human capital, private equity, customer strategy and marketing, mergers and acquisition and restructuring, organizational change and leadership, risk management. But see, these things are no more like that, properly so called. A lot has changed already. Even in the last 6 months to 9 months, 18 months, you've seen a chat GPT, you see GPT-3, you see AI, you see AR, augmented reality, open AI, you see quite a lot, yeah, taking over. So a lot of things that are not in the traditional consulting list are popping up. And that is where you belong. Yes, because you have the skill, or at least you can learn the skill. Now, one thing I have my daughter is in the university and she's studying 360-degree marketing. That is a course. My daughter is studying 360-degree marketing. It has data analytics, it has business analysis, it has digital marketing, it has everything inside of that course. When we went to school, who can give you something like that? How can 360-degree marketing be the name of a course? No. And what they are doing in that course is amazing. She just sent me one of her assignments that she had just finished. And although she developed a new concept altogether. In fact, I told her that we're going to build a company, different company based on that her assignment. Yes, I have a company, Buy Values Digital Marketing and Advertising Limited, that I structured in that way. But what the insight I saw from what she had done is beyond imagination. Why? because this is the new age. A lot is happening. So don't be, don't be laid back. So in areas of consulting or consulting areas or areas of consulting needs, they are innumerable. Some people are helping people who are addicted to pornography today. Some people are helping people who are pedophile. Some people are helping people with grants writing. Some people are helping people with copywriting. Some people are helping people to maintain their mental health. Some people are helping people to, think deeper and better. Some people are helping people to establish a charity. Some people are helping people and organizations with their sustainable development goals. Some people are helping people to quite a lot you can do. Business strategy and development, change management, operation now changes and systemization, cost reduction, due diligence, regulation, standardization, merger acquisition, post-merger integration, procurement, contract management. You know, um, when we when we were trying to break through into contract and procurement, it was like it was like a rocket science. Yeah. But Desire has a program she calls Key Partners Networking. It's about procurement and contract management, contract sourcing and contract management, the executive management program where she charges, I think she charges $5,000 for that because she's bringing in all her experiences on all the things she's gone through, in understanding the system and working with uncountable directors, ministers, uncountable permanent secretaries, and understanding the system from the regulatory documents to how they mark and how they score in procurement and the relationship, what you need to do with the decision making machines, what you would need to do with the decision making middlemen, what you need to do with decision making influencers, what you need to do with the gatekeepers, what you need to do with how long you are going to have this relationship, and when you are going to ask, when you're going to seek, when you're going to knock, when you're going to even ask for referral and all those. Last year we did uncountable, uncountable work based on referral, and greater percentage of those we asked, can you refer us now that you are happy with what we've done for you? Can you refer us to other of your friends? And they did, and all those. That's why Bible talked about ask, seek, knock. Matthew 7:7. Ask, seek, knock. Those who ask, they get. It's given to them. Those who seek, they find. Those who knock, the door is open unto them. So, ladies and gentlemen, so there's quite a lot: procurement, contract management, health and safety, fitness, security, education, all kinds that you can be part of. Now, consultant skills and characteristics. I will soon start winding down because of our time. Yes, I'll soon start winding down. But I want you to be part of a project I have. Simon, thank you. Mary, it happened to me. Oh, I gave my knowledge before collecting money. Oh dear. Um, okay, let me find out what my friends are reading so I can know if there are questions. Okay, so now if you have any question, you start asking because I don't know how long I'm going to still be here, but I'm going to take a few minutes to introduce you to some things. Okay, okay. So now, your ability to understand some of the some of the characteristics, some of the things you should have as skills will help you a lot. So number one, a consultant must be a good bedfellow. Now, these things I'm going to say will sound simple, but if you understand them, you are going to go far. When somebody who's done it for a long time is telling you what to do, they sound simple. But when somebody who's not done it before is telling you what to do because they don't know it, they complexify it. That is why most of the things I'm telling you now, they sound simple, they sound the same, but I'm telling you, thank you, my friend. Okay, okay, it's my very, very close friend, my friend for life. Okay, so now when I'm telling you that the things I've done and all those, they will sound simple because you think, but it's great things are simple, but they're not easy. Like losing weight, doing this one, that one. You see what I do? Like every every hundred every 100 seconds when I remember I want to do this. Yeah, I want to do like this. I want to do this. Yeah, for my energy purposes. Now that's easy for your health. That easy mental health, your even your spiritual health, your bodily health, and all those. Yeah, this thing now it's very easy. You don't buy it with money, but do it now. A lot of people are lazy. Do your exercise, very lazy, and all those kind of things. Okay, but that's not the point I wanted to make. The point I wanted to make is that if you follow the things I'm telling you, you're going to find it extra. You're gonna surprise yourself. You're gonna say, "Wow, can this just work this way?" Yes, I'm telling you, it was. So you must be a good bedfellow. People who are supposed to work with you, people who have given you job, people who are referring you, they must know you are a good bedfellow. You must have two kinds of capital, and think I should write it down because this is very important if you want to be a great person. Yeah, this is very important. Let me write it down for you. Two capitals you must have. Um, sorry, my monitor is showing low battery, so I need to be sure because without the monitor, I wouldn't know. Okay, so um, sorry, give me a second. Okay, a second, please. I'll soon round up, so I don't want to miss anything. Um, oh, okay. That means asking, can I shed more light on the consultant certificate course? Okay, okay. So I'm gonna spend just um just maybe a minute and do that, and then let me find it. Okay, so let me talk about this for a minute, and then I go back now. Okay, so Dami and all those who are interested. Now I'm gonna place the this thing here. Now I don't know if you are seeing my I don't know if you're seeing my screen. Okay, so but this is the consulting process certificate course. What I'm doing in this course is to help you learn how to start, grow, and profitably run your consultancy business. Okay. Now, this course is certificate created by Sean Cousins Business School. It's a 6-week consulting course. You will learn and master how to recognize your value. So every week we go through quite a lot of assignments. Every week we go through quite a lot of um, programs. Sorry, I wasn't sharing. I didn't know. So every week we go through quite a lot of assignments. Every week we go through quite a lot of reading. Every week we go quite through a lot of tools. You're gonna quite a lot of tools you're gonna have at your you know at your disposal. Okay, you're gonna have quite a lot of tools at your disposal. Every week we go through them and you're able to see those tools and you're able to um, work with those tools and use them at a very, very personal level. Okay. Now, there will be quite a lot of exercises, quite a lot of them, a lot of exercises. You're going to have a lot of them. You're going to learn first of all, to recognize your value, you're going to learn how to understand the consulting business. Now, let me tell you what the consulting business is like. The consulting business is like you must have an interface where the somebody, have a contact with you. So I want you to write it down. Maybe write it down and just put it on the chat box. Let me show you how it is like. I'm talking about an interface, application, solutions ad infinitum. So, Israel, if you're around, if you're still on, please help me write it down. Just call it interface, application, solution. Okay. So let me show you how it is. Interface. Now you have an interface. Then you have an arrow. The arrow goes on to talk about the um, application. Then from the application, you go over to talk about the solution. So what does that mean? What it means is that when you have an, an interface with anybody, so how do you do that? Help me write it down. Write something like, are you having issues marketing your business online? Are you having issues marketing your products online? Are you having issues marketing your services online? Have you tried going online severally and it didn't work? Now, let's have a strategy session and talk about it. That is what I call the interface. So let me repeat. So you go to your Facebook, you go to your WhatsApp status, you write, are you having problem traveling to Canada? We have helped a lot of people do that. Can we start talking right now? Fill this form so we know if we are fit for you. You go to your WhatsApp, you go to, yes, thank you, Israel. So you have an interface. That's what I said. Something like, are you having problem starting a business? Have you started a business and it failed? Do you have a business that is not growing? Do you have a business where your workers are always, going without giving you notice? Do you keep wondering what is wrong? Year to year, you don't make profits. Click on the link below, fill the form so that we can have 30-minute strategy session. That's what we call interface. That's what I call interface. I don't know what you call it. Okay, Easy. Thank you very much. So when you now have this interface, now the next thing is application. Application means, remember we talked about formizing. Application means the person now will fill in that form and say something like, I am the person, I have this problem. The person will fill the form. Remember, in this form now, this is the formation we talked about. You put in the name of the organization, the city he or she lives, this one, that one, what problem he has done for this one, is he ready to spend money, and all those kind of things. Now, yes, thank you very much. Now, immediately you are able, the person fills that form, and you can is write it down. Calendry, calendry for this thing. Sorry, my chair. Calendry um for meeting, for sequencing meeting. Okay, you have calendry, calendly.com. So you can go to calendry. It's free. I think the one that you can still use is free. um, and you go to calendry.com. Now you put in that form there. So if the person sees you on WhatsApp or sees you on Facebook or sees you anywhere, and the person will click that link, and the link will open application, and the person will apply that he wants to have a strategy session with you. Okay, or the company will apply, they want to have a strategy session with you. Now you now give them 30 minutes or 1 hour or 15 minutes, depending on how much time you have, and you ask them questions. That is the entry. You ask them questions. Yeah, thank you, Easy. You ask them questions like, what problem are you going through? If the problem is solved, will what will your business look like? And what solutions have you done? Do you have this one? Do you have that one? Do you have branding this one? Do you have this one? You try to find out all the problems and order to say, okay, I found out what I can do for you. We are going to write you a mail telling you what we can do for you and how much it will cost. Now, remember, you may do this to 300 people and you get only 10 persons who are interested to pay you. Okay? That is why you don't go buying all the tools and designing all the website. People want result. And if you can give them result, you are able to do. So that's what we are talking about, that in this 6-week consulting course, you will learn and master how to recognize your value, how to understand consulting business. And that's why I want to start explaining this. You are going to hone your consulting skills. You are going to understand your clients. Who are you serving? Who are they? What are their demographics? What are their psychographics? What are their behavioristics? You're going to understand all this thing. What benefits are they looking for? Yes. Then you're going to learn how to market and sell to them. What are the ways? What I'm doing now is selling to you. Yes. When I'm selling to governments, I'm not coming to bring them to webinar. When I'm selling to multinational corporations, I'm not going to bring them to webinar. Well, there was something I'm doing for NNPC. I had to do a presentation for them like this, and they all fainted and they were so glad. Now that is at that level. But if I'm marketing you for a course like this, I'm going to give you value and value and value. At the end of the day, if you are interested, you can buy. Okay. So now in this 6-week course, we talked about you recognizing your value. We talked about you understanding consulting business. We talked about you honing your consulting skills, understanding your clients. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you how to market and sell to them. Understand productization and pricing. I think some people asked about pricing today. How do you even price consultancy? You're going to see that, productization and consulting, and then you are going to get the confidence to move into the league of successful consultant. You see what I'm saying? You see I'm confident. You see how I'm saying it and all those kind of things. Why? Because I've done it and done it and done it and done it, yeah, for a long time. So it's easy for me. I know I will always get that result. So I want you to link. Yes, on that link, the program, you have 90% off if you're registering now, because the program is 475,000 naira, Nigerian currency. But if you're registering today, if you're registering now, you have it for 47,500, which is nothing. I have programs that are 10,000 US dollars, 50,000 US dollars, 100,000 US dollars. So this is a program I hold you by the hand. How does it work? It works that every week I release videos, books, assignments, articles, and tools for you every week. You get them and you start working with them and start working with them. You also have the opportunity to ask me questions, to submit those assignments and ask for feedback, and then you also have the opportunity to collaborate with me in some things, and then you're able to ask me personal questions and I'll answer. Now, if you want to do my normal mentorship, it's 10,000 US dollars. And of course, yeah, it may not be within your reach at the moment. So why don't you start with something that you are sure is going to give you value? So click on hityoursuperpower.com/TCP and do your registration right away. Okay. If you do your registration right away, we're going to get that and then we work for you further on that. So I'm looking forward to that. Now we're going to close in the next 8 minutes. If you have any question, please ask me questions. If you have any questions, you can now ask me those questions. Okay. If you want to reach out to me, yeah, +234-818-490-4305. You can reach out to me. There is +234-818-490-4305. You can also send me WhatsApp and we can continue the chat. Yes, I want to appreciate you for listening in. So much more to say, but I've done 2 hours already. I can't keep you here. But I want you to ask me questions so that I can answer your questions. Ask me questions so I can answer your question. You can send me WhatsApp right away and I will answer your WhatsApp. Okay. But I want to have your question. Yeah, want to answer your question. So I'm waiting. I'm glad said, sir, what are the two capitals? Oh, sorry, dear Glad. What are the two capitals you said we must have? You did not mention them. So sorry about that, ma'am. So number one capital is a performance capital. Performance capital, okay? Yes, that's number one. I'm going to explain. Let me write number two. Number two is relationship capital. Relationship capital. Okay. Now, let me tell you what it is. Now, performance capital is your ability to do the job, your ability to be knowledgeable in what you want to do. And I will always tell you that knowledge is free. So if you go to pdfdrive.net, yeah, pdfdrive.net or .com, anyone, yeah, you will see uncountable book in anything and you can, yeah, read them. So that is what we call performance capital. You are able and you know how to go about those things. Okay, that's what we call performance capital. Then the next one is what we call relationship capital. So even if you're a professor from Harvard, so you have assumably you have performance capital, you know how to do that. If you don't have good relationship capital, nobody will bring you in. Even when they bring you in, you are going to make things worse or make things not right because you are going to mess things up. Okay. So your ability to understand relationship is at the heart of what will make your business great. Your ability to understand relationship. Okay. So relationship capital is when you are able to know all the things that you are supposed to do in a relationship. For instance, make sure that agreement is agreement. For instance, make sure you do the work to specification. For instance, make sure you respect your commissioners, those who commission the job to you. For instance, make sure you don't take relationship for um, um, you don't take relationship for granted. For instance, all those things. That's what we call relationship capital. So if you have performance capital, which brings the job and brings the repeat job, because you know how to do it, and you have relationship capital, that is why people can call you back and also be able to refer you to their friends. Greater percentage, more than 70% of the work we get in our organization is referral. We still market, we still do our thing, but you see, referral, has been helping us. Okay. So if you have any question, please ask very quickly so that I round up. I have 4 minutes left, but I want to encourage you to be part of the consulting um, process course. It will help you. When you pay money, you pay attention, and when you pay big money, you pay big attention. But you see, I call this thing by 90%, 90%, whooping 90% off. You may come back tomorrow and you find out that it's reverted to 475,000. So I encourage you right now to do that. You cannot continue this year to suffer and do try and error and do try and luck and all this. I encourage you, take all this. There is nothing called your village people. Your village people is the wisdom that hasn't been helping you. You want free, you want it free and free and free and free. Free things will seldom free you. So click on the link right now. Yes, hit your superpower.com/TCP. Hit your superpower.com/TCP. Click on buy now, and then immediately start the program. Okay, you are going to be best for it. I want to encourage you to do that. But if you have any question, please send me the question on the write the question down on the, what do you call it again, on the comment section. Now, in case, for instance, in case you have any question. Okay, so my friend is asking, asking, I'm an individual now doing all alone. How do I make it an organization? Now, the only way to make it an organization is knowledge. Why are you doing it alone? You are doing it alone because you don't have all the money to pay your workers. You don't also have all the jobs. If you have all the job, you will always do you always employ people. So if you have enough job to pay, even me, you will employ me. You will say, doctor, what do you need? I'll tell you how much. You employ me and you pay me. So the only reason is that you're not having enough job, and then you um are not having enough gig to keep people in your employment. So it is for you to hone your skill, get more job, and then be able to bring in more people. So in this program, the consulting process, we're going to teach you how to grow your consulting business. A lot of people who call themselves consultants are not consultants. So I encourage you to click that link and then register for the program. That's the solution. Who else has a question so that we can round up? Who else has a question? Okay, just write down for me. I'm going to have more 3 minutes for you. Write down for me what you've learned today. Please write it down for me on any platform you are watching. Write down what you've learned today. Write it down for me. Remember, always be able to um, invite your friends to watch the replay of this. Invite your friends to watch the replay. So write down for me what you've learned today. Quickly, write it down for me. Then remember to go to hityoursuperpower.com/TCP, the consulting process. Hityoursuperpower.com/TCP and register for the program. Every week you get your work for the week, your videos, your books, your assignments, the training. Yeah. Thank you, Ihedima. Thank you so very much for listening in. Yes, I want you to write in. Yes, all the people here, write in what you have learned. Write in for me what you have learned. Write in for me what you have learned. Yes, quickly, write it for me what you have learned. Dami said, consultant is all about methodology and not encyclopedic. Thank you very much. Um, Abiakwe said, consulting for a fee. Thanks, doctor. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, I'm listening, writing what you've learned. I just want to take the feedback. What you've learned, write it down for me. Yeah, I'm waiting. Um, oh, wonderful. My friend Ihedema said, when you are full, you overflow. That hit differently. Thank you, guy. Thank you. When you are full, you overflow. That is why. Take a lot of knowledge, take a lot of things, be so full. It will just start you know, going there before you know it. Yeah, you're there. Yeah. Oh, um, yeah, some of my friends are reading. Okay. Want to know what you've learned today. It will help me. Um, okay. Promise said, not a question, but I'm on a journey to align my project management skills and business analytics to leverage it in building a consulting firm. Wonderful. Um, if you can be part of that, the consulting process course, it will help you align. Majag said, I've learned the foundations to become a consultant. Values must be developed before becoming a consultant. Super. Angela said, I don't need to have a consultancy certificate to be a good consultant. 100%. You're 100% right. 100% right, Angie. Yeah. Yeah, guys, I want to have your feedback. Yeah, I wanna hear what you've learned. I want more people to write down what they want. I can see a lot of people in the class. So write down what you've learned quickly. Yeah. I'm waiting before I end the class. I'm waiting. Okay, guys, thank you for listening in. So I wanted to hit that link. Hit your superpower.com/TCP and grab your registration. Free things cannot always free you, so always be willing to invest in your future. Um, yeah, wonderful. Some of my friends are writing. I learned. My friend Glad said, I learned. My friend Glad said, let me find it. Glad said, um, okay, Sally said, formizing gets people to pay for your service, 100%, 100%. Israel said, there's nothing called your village people. Your village people is the wisdom that hasn't been helping you. Yeah, easy, that's true. Glass said, I learned TT and KWTT. Promise said, this lecture is giving me newfound confidence to keep pushing and manifesting. Super. My friend Play Roma Food said, I learned what consulting is and who is a consultant. Thank you, guys. God bless you. Have a beautiful night rest. Looking forward to see you in that program, the consulting process. Have a beautiful night rest. Good evening.